All right, I am back with another exciting week. So it's Saturday. I just sort of forgot slash didn't have time yesterday to make a video. So exciting news! I saw my doctor last week, and we dropped one of my medications. Um, so now I'm only taking 25 milligrams of Lamictal a night, and I'll be doing that for a month and then dropping down to zero. So within a month, I will have successfully gotten off of one medication after about a year. Now the other one, Seroquel, I'm still taking 100 milligrams a night. So actually, my doctor's, because I said to her, I was like, listen, the effective dose of Lamictal is probably like 150 milligrams. If I'm only taking 50, it's like taking none. She's like, yeah, so she was originally going to say, all right, why don't you drop down to 25 for a couple of weeks and then go off it? And I was like, you know what? Let's be slightly cautious and pace it out a little bit. So I got these kind of loosely tied together plans of going to Ireland next month, which will be like a 5-hour time zone change. So I think what makes the most sense is, get off Lamictal and then wait till I get back to the east coast of the U.S. and then start messing with the Seroquel. I don't know how quickly she'll have me go off it or how that'll all work, but I think that'll. So I mean, by the end, right now it's mid-September, so I won't be off Seroquel by the end of the year, but I'll have dropped down further. I think. Now I'm at 100, so it's not that much to chip away at, but that's the one I'm worried about. I mean, Lamictal, I was worried I'd go off and I'd be depressed. But I always have this kind of lingering depression, and sometimes I wonder, I remember the first time I got hospitalized and they said, you got bipolar. I'm like, I've never been depressed, whatever. And I think it's that, I mean, I don't know whether I started getting depressed after they gave me that label. That's like sort of a theory I have that maybe I didn't get depression until you cast the spell on me that made me think I would, or since I got put on medications, or. But I think, when I was younger, I had bouts of depression, not like paralyzing depression, but I think I dealt with it. But I've been trying to figure out what exactly it is and what is happiness, what do I expect, what's normal, and I mean, when I've been manic, I've walked around in bliss, looking at this beautiful world, and everything seems amazing and magical and perfect, and I understand people would say, well, that shouldn't be every day, not every day is amazing, not every day is perfect, but isn't it? Sort of. I mean, you're alive, you're here, it's wonderful. I could choose to not be alive. Every day I could choose not to. But I choose to live because in theory, it's great. So why not? Why is it a bad goal to say, to be happy every day? And even when bad things happen, you can still be grateful at the beauty of life. And, I mean, I'm not someone who believes the afterlife is a heaven hell scenario. I imagine that everyone goes to whatever the heaven is and it's wonderful, and so I don't fear that. I think the afterlife will be amazing, so why not enjoy this while I'm here, Yeah, I've never been suicidal, so that's why I kind of think of depression as not something I've experienced, but I do have a constant kind of meh, lack of enthusiasm, or feeling low, or feeling like I'm wasting my time, or don't know what I'm doing with my life, or that I'm doing it all wrong, or who knows, I mean, now my doubt is I travel and I'm lonely, okay. I'm alone a lot. I don't have community. So many things I read, and even the work that I do in alternative education and alternative mental health is really about building community. Yet I don't feel like I myself have that. Yet I talk about how important it is, and I help to people find that, but I don't do it really for myself much. And I think part of it is I don't know where to go. I don't know. I mean, I guess people usually live somewhere because either they were born there and they never left, or they got work made them move somewhere, or they married someone and had to move somewhere. And for me, I'm single, so no person is pulling me in a direction. My work I do remotely, but I mean, I feel like I travel, and I think I consider part of my job to be traveling to these different places. I think that's part of my work, but it doesn't put me in one place. And I mean, I grew up in Connecticut, but I don't get very inspired or excited to be there. I'm not sure why that is. Um, but anyways, so off of medication. My response, so it's been like 3 or 4 days. I've noticed maybe being a teeny bit less depressed maybe than I was before. But more like maybe a little bit more racing thoughts, a little bit like slight like overall mental slight discomfort, like even though nothing's really changed on the outset, like it feels like stuff is kind of shifting around in there. Like I said, a little bit of racing thoughts, waking up in the morning, having a tougher time, like falling back asleep. But I mean, I don't expect that to last long. I think it's just this kind of little transition, probably lasts like a week. Um, yeah, I mean, work's been pretty good. Um, the drop shipping or whatever website that I talked about working on, like I've wondered whether I should stop working on that, if that's like a distraction, wasting time. Like I've been doing that for almost a year and it's never made $1. And I keep thinking, oh, if I change this, if I adjust this, and there's really no way of knowing how long it's supposed to take for something like that. Not that I thought of it as a get rich quick scheme, but I thought it would be a get revenue to some degree quicker. And I look at the web development stuff I do, like, what's so bad about that? I've got a couple of people that I could hire to do work. Like, I could make a decent living doing that. I don't know why I feel like moving on to the next thing already instead of, like, embracing the thing that I've got. Unschooling thing's going cool. Finished the programming side of it. I feel like that's done. And now, actually, today I'm making the intro video for it. And then starting next week, I'm going to start promoting the shit out of it. I don't know what's going to come of it, but I think it's going to be great. Again, building community through the internet, trying to figure out how to like extend those friendships that people build online into real life. Like I know some of the kids that meet online, they do plan like homestays where they travel and visit one another. I'm just trying to think of how that could be done in a more, I mean, if it's already happening. So I mean, like it's already happening. So I don't necessarily need to change anything if it's already happening, but how could that be done in a little easier fashion? I mean, it's cool to be able to take an internet friendship and turn it into a real life one. But if you get to see that person once a year, it's cool. But maybe there's, I always look at it like if we could build like more local communities that you could see somebody like on a regular basis, not just once a year kind of thing. But I don't know. That's good enough for this video. Later.